Okay, so today we will be looking at two things. Remember I said we would do some more PEMDAS, order of operations problems. We'll do some, and then you'll have some to do for homework. And then we will do our worksheet, algebra number 13. We will go over that worksheet, okay? Now, let me bring up the PEMDAS. Okay. So does everyone's, well, let's see if I did the share screen. PEMDAS. Does everyone see that worksheet? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Now let's see here. I want to put the screen in another format. Okay. All right. Let's look at number 1. Now, PEMDAS means what, Maureen? PEMDAS. What does it mean? Right here, PEMDAS. What does that mean?
Parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction.
Right. Maureen,
Yeah.
you heard what Vanessa said, right?
Yeah.
PEMDAS translates to parentheses. That means the order of operations. You do parentheses, then you do exponents or powers, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. These are from left to right. Okay, so let's look at this first problem. Okay. Now, what do you see in this problem?
Hold on a minute.
44, subtract in parentheses 2 times 9.
So you see parentheses right here. You see a multiplication and you see a subtraction.
Yeah.
Now, which one would you do first?
The one in the parentheses.
Okay, so parentheses we will do first. So that would be number 1. And the first step would be parentheses. And parentheses, let's just do it. We have 2 times 9. So 2 times 9, which is equal to 18, right? So,
Yeah.
okay, so let's just put here, we have then this becomes 44. We did our parentheses first. And so we have 44 minus 18. And then what do we do sections? The second step. Maureen? Second step.
So yes, subtract 18 by both sides.
No, it's on the one side now. That's not an equation. We have 44 minus 18. So we do a subtract. Subtract
18 from 44.
18 from 44. 18 from 44. And that would be equal to what? 18 from 44 is what?
26.
26. Okay, so this one, we put our answer is 26. Now that one just had 2 entities from the PEMDAS. It had the well, it actually had 3. It had parentheses, but within the parentheses, it had multiplication, and then we had subtraction. So we did the parentheses, then we did the subtraction, and we have our answer. All right. Now that one's pretty straightforward. Some of them a little more involved because some will have everything. It will have parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. Okay, so let's look at the next one. Let me scroll this up. And let's look at the next one. Next one is, we have another parenthesis, right? So what do we do first, Vanessa?
Parentheses first.
Parenthesis first. Okay, so let's go
And then
here.
5 is
And
40.
right, okay. So parenthesis. Let me just don't want it to number. Okay, so parenthesis, that's our first step. And then
Yes.
parenthesis, we have what? 9 times 5, which is
5
equal to what?
40.
5.
45, right. Very good. Okay, and then what's the second step?
Then you add
Okay.
Okay, second step is addition. Okay, second step is addition. Okay, so once we do the addition, we have 8 plus what we got from the parenthesis, right? 8
Mhm.
plus 45, and what's that equal to?
the 3.
Mhm.
Equal
Yeah,
53.
53.
53. So our answer is 53.
Good.
Okay, there we go. So our answer is 53. This one is very similar to the first
one.
problem. The only thing, the first problem had subtraction and this one had addition, right? But we had the
Yes.
parentheses and then we had the subtraction operation. Within the
Mhm.
parentheses, we have had the multiplication, okay? So the answer is 53. All right. Now, let's go to another order of operation problem. Number 3. And what I'll do is, okay, now, what do you see? Now, this one has a lot going on for it. What do you see in this one, Vanessa? What are the things you see in this one you didn't see in the first two?
It in the first two you have division. You have
Well, you have division, that's right. What else do you see?
you have brackets.
You have
and
bracket and parentheses, right? You have
Uh-huh.
parentheses, you have brackets, you
Bracket.
have division,
Okay.
you have multiplication, you have subtraction. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, when you have parentheses and you have brackets, which one do you think you do first, Vanessa?
You do parentheses first.
That's right. You do parentheses. These parentheses here are within these brackets.
Yes.
See, this is the bracketed expression here. 16 divided by parentheses 13 minus 5 minus 4. So you have parentheses here, and within the bracket, you have operations
Yeah.
like what, division here, and you have subtraction. Okay, now, since you said that we do the parentheses first, what do we do first here, Vanessa?
13 minus 5. in
That's
parentheses.
right, we do the parentheses. Okay. So, parentheses.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Hello, Chastity.
How are you guys?
Yes, we're doing
Okay.
some PEMDAS before we go to our algebra worksheet number 13.
Where do
sub-
I find this at? Do we have the?
You don't have this. We
Oh,
did
okay.
we did some PEMDAS last time, and I promised you we'd do some more for practice. And then, of course, you'll have some that you'll do for homework from this exercise. But we're just going through some more order of operations to make sure you understand it, okay?
All right, thank you.
So parentheses, Vanessa said 13 minus 5. And that would be equal to what, Vanessa?
8.
8, okay. So 13 minus 5 would be equal to 8. Let's see if, oh, excuse me a minute. See if Alba, because Alba is supposed to be on. Oh,
She said she was coming on, but she said couldn't get she can try to get the computer on because she daughter is not there. She didn't know she can get on.
okay, yeah, well,
So
she's calling.
I
I
said
guess she's having some problems.
she could
Yeah.
use your phone.
Oh, okay.
That way
Okay.
using too, cause my computer gave me a little trouble, so I
Okay.
use my phone.
All right. So we did the 13, we did the parentheses. Okay. So let's just copy this. And put what we got for the parentheses. This would be 8, right? 13 minus 5 is 8. Okay. Then what do we do next, Vanessa?
Bracket.
Then we do the brackets, okay? So the second step, we did the parentheses and we got the 13 minus 5 is 8. So now we do the brackets.
Mhm.
I don't want this to number, okay. So let's do what's in the brackets. So what would you do here, Vanessa?
First thing we do, how you do it? 8 divided by 64.
I mean 64 divided by 8, right?
64 divided by 8.
Okay, so in the brackets, you've got 64 divided by 8 minus 4. So you're going to do division. So 64
Yes.
divided by 8 is what?
8.
8. Okay, so that's 8 minus 4. That's what you get within the brackets. So now let's just copy this over and put what we got in the brackets. All right, let's just put this here. So what we have in the brackets, let's see, this is, okay. So 64 divided by 8, you said you got 8. So let's take the brackets out and make this 8. So this is 3. This is time. And you said 8 minus 4, right? So let's just take the brackets out. 8 minus 4 times 42 divided by 6. Okay, so what do we do next? We took the brackets out, and what do we have left? We have multiplication, we have division.
Mhm.
So what do we do
Oh, Miss
next?
Barbara,
Yes,
just one thing. Since we removed the bracket, because we had, after we did 64 divided by 8, right?
yes.
Or we got 8, but then we
Right.
had minus,
Minus 4
yes,
Right.
and we had a
was within the brackets, which we put here.
bracket also.
Okay, so we have in the bracket 64 divided by 8, which is 8, and then minus 4. That was within the bracket. So what we have left is 3 times what we did in the brackets, 8 minus 4, then outside the brackets, minus 42 divided by 6. Okay.
So you
what?
remove the bracket?
Yes, because we did what was just like we removed the parentheses. See, once you do what is within the parentheses, you remove the parentheses. Once you do
Yes.
what's within the brackets, you remove the brackets.
I thought that after we got 8 minus 4, I thought we would have just do the 8 minus 4 and get 4 remaining, and then we do what is outside.
Well, you can do that, but I'm just putting what we get within the bracket. Okay, 64 divided by 8 is 8, and then minus 4. That's what we got when we simplified what was within the bracket.
Okay.
Question, Vanessa?
Yes, I'm okay. Okay, Miss Barbara, I understand.
Yeah, we did divide the 64 divided by 8, we got 8, and also within the brackets we had -4. So once we do what's within the bracket, we can take those brackets away because we already did what was within them. So what we have left is 3 times what we got when we did our division and then put our subtraction that was already there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Now, what do we do next?
Let's see.
So we go according to PEMDAS.
Okay, well, what's the next thing we do?
Multiplication,
Multiplication.
Multiplication.
3/8. So we can go from here. Yeah, 3/8 24.
Okay, you say 3/8 is 24. Let me just check here. This is, let's see. Okay, so we took our brackets out and we had 3 times. Let's see, 3 times 4. Okay. Okay, now 8 minus 4. Well, 8 minus 4 is 4. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so 8 minus 4 is 4. And then when we multiply that out, we have 3 times 4. Okay, so the complete what's within the brackets, the 8 minus 4, this is equal to 4. Okay. Okay, so this would be 3 times 4. 3 times 4 times 42 divided by 6. So 3 times 4 is 12. So now we're doing multiplication and division. Now, within the brackets, we had to do everything. So within the brackets, that's how I got the 64 divided by 8 is 8. I know what you were saying, Vanessa. We did
Yeah, because
everything.
that's what I was saying.
Right, that's what you were
Because we
saying.
removed the bracket from
We
the 4 and
removed
the
the
8.
bracket, so that means we had to do everything within the bracket, which is 64
Mhm.
divided by 8 is 8, and then 8 minus 4 is 4. Now
4.
what we have left is 3 times 4 times 42 minus 6. Now, what do you do next?
Okay, you multiply. 4 3
Yes,
12.
yes, you multiply. Okay. This is, I don't want numbering here. So you multiply.
So I can
What do you
multiply.
multiply? Vanessa, what do you
Oh.
say you multiply?
4 times 3.
Yeah, that's right.
12.
3 times 4 is equal to 12. And then you have what?
12 times 42.
Well, no, 12 times you've got to do the 42 divided by 6 because you're doing multiplication from left to right, but this is times a division. So this would be 42 divided by 6, which would be,
6.
let me just
7.
put this right here. That would be 7. Yes, that's right. That's right. Let me just put it over here. 42 divided by 6 is equal to 7.
And
Right?
now you do the and
then you do the multiplication. Okay. And then the multiplication. Okay. Let me trying to put these numbers here for steps, but I don't want it in number. Okay. So now you then, the next step would be the multiply. multiply. And that multiplication would be 7 times 12
It's 84.
equal 84. And that's your answer. Now this
Mhm.
was more involved than a lot more
I know.
involved than the other ones, right? Because
Uh-huh.
you had to brackets, first parenthesis brackets, and then you had to do your multiplication and division left to right. But since this is a multiplication, we had to divide so we could multiply. So 42 divided by 6, we got 7, and then this was 3 times 4 is 12, and 7 times 12 is 84. So our answer is 84. Okay, so the key to when you have parentheses brackets, you've got to do everything within the bracket. So back up here where we had 64 divided by 8 minus 4, we had to do 64 divided by 8, 8, and then 8 minus 4 is 4, and that would clear the bracket. So what we got in the bracket is the number 4. Okay, so that's why we had 3 times 4 times 42 divided by 6. But the multiplication has to be the multiplication of the division. So the 42 divided by 6 is 7. And then we can multiply that 7 by the 3 times 4 product, which is 12. And we get 7 times 12 is 84. Any questions on that problem? Now I'll be sending this, emailing this to you so you can look at it again in detail, because you'll have one you'll do. I think I gave you a sample one with brackets and parentheses for you to do. Okay. So that was number, what, 3? That was number 3. Now we will look at number 4. Okay, that was number 3. This is, let me go back to the numbers here, because with the number steps and the number problems, it's getting a little confusing. Okay, so that we had, okay, so that's 1, that's 2. We just did number 3. 3 had the brackets and the parentheses. Now we will go to number 4, but I don't think it's coming up as number 4. But let's go to number 4. Number 4 is 10 plus, okay, so this is number 4. Okay. And this would be number 5. And this would be number 6. Okay. All right. Let's look at number 4. Let me just put this, isolate this by itself. Okay. Okay. Number 4. What do you have here? You have an addition. You have parentheses. Let me just separate this here to know that you're adding 9 plus 8. You have an addition, you have a multiplication, you have a division, and you have a subtraction.
Wow.
You don't have any exponents, right? I think you have everything but exponents, correct? So the first thing you're going to do is what, Maureen?
Add 9 and 8.
That's
One
right. That's
parenthesis.
in parentheses. So we're going to add 9 and 8. Okay. So that's your first step. And that's parentheses. And in parentheses, you have, let's see, you have 9 plus 8 equal 17. All right,
Mhm.
so that's your first step. Okay, now let's just rewrite this and put our 17 in there, because we take parentheses away and replace it by 17, the addition of 9 and 7. Okay, so delete that. Okay, so this will be 4 times what? 17. Okay. Now I could have put 4.17 or 4 asterisk 17. Okay, but I'm
Mhm.
using parentheses here for multiplication, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what do I do next, Maureen?
You do multiplication,
Yeah, I do multiplication. So I multiply what?
4 by 17.
That's it. Perfect. Okay. So the next thing you do is multiplication. And that multiplication will be 4 times 17.
Mhm.
And that's equal to what, Maureen? 68, right?
Yeah.
That's 68. Now, let's just replace that multiplication by the product. Okay. And we'll just copy this over and put our 68 in. Okay. Now, let's replace the 4 times 17 by 68. Okay, Vanessa, what do I do next? What's my third step?
Yes, Miss. Brown.
What's my third step?
Okay. The third step is division.
That's right. Very good. Division. So what do the third step is division. And what do I divide?
You're dividing 12 by 3.
That's right. That's it. Perfect. 12 by 3, which is equal to 4.
4.
Okay. So we got our steps in. Let's just put that 4 in. Okay, let's just take this. Let's just copy this over and put the result of the 12 by 3 to division. Okay, so I copy this. And okay, so 12 by 3 is 4. So that's 4. That becomes 4. So we have 4 minus 4. Okay, Vanessa, what do I do next?
Okay, because you have a 4 plus and a minus 4, it gives you 0.
Right? Well, you should be going left to right,
Okay.
actually.
I just looked at it and I said, you know what,
Yeah.
get rid of that. I know.
Yeah, I know, it's okay. But you're going left to
Answers-
right. So you're gonna do
Okay,
what?
you add 10 and 68.
That's it. So addition. So this would be addition, and what Vanessa said is 10 and 68. That's right. 10 plus 68 is equal to 78. Right?
78.
All right.
Uh,
Now, what's the next step, Maureen? So now let me copy this over.
okay.
And we have, and I'll replace that 10 plus 68 by 78. Okay. Bring that over. Okay, 10 plus 68, that's 78, right? So let's just put the 78 here, 78. And what do I do next, Maureen?
Add the 4 to the 78.
Okay. Or what's the simplest way to do it? You could add the 78 to the 4 if you're going left to right. That would be 82. Okay, let's do what you said. Although, you know, to make your work simple, plus 4 and minus 4 is 0, right? and a 78 and 0 is 78. And you'll get the same thing if you do what you said, Maureen. You said it's okay. So if you want to say if you want to say addition, okay, which would be 78 plus 4 equal 82. Okay. And you see what I'm saying? To make your work simpler, when you get to this point, you could really just say 78 plus 0. But that's okay. If you want it, but this we'll do it the long way. Okay. So adding that, okay, let me put that here. 78 plus 4 is 82. And that would be 82 minus 4. Okay, 82 minus 4. And what's that? What's 82 minus 4?
78.
78, right. Equal 78. And that's your answer. Answer 78. Okay. But like I said, at this point, you could have really, even though it's left to right, plus 4 and a minus 4 is a 0, and a 0 and 78, 78. And you get the same answer. You just get it in one step shorter. Any questions on the problem like that? That one did not have exponents. Let's see. But it did have parentheses, right? So we did that first. And then we go left to right, addition, multiplication, division. Well, we did the multiplication and then we did our division. Any questions? Okay, so that was number 4. Now we want to do number 5.
Oh, you're trying to get the Zoom, right? Okay.
Someone helping Alva, I guess. Okay, let's go to this one. Now that says the square root of 25 times 4 plus 2 to the second minus 18 divided by 3 times 3 minus 1 plus 2 to the third. Now in this one, you've got what? You've got parentheses. You've got it twice. You've got 2 parentheses, 2 sets. You got it here, this one, and you have it here, right? You have powers. You have a power here and a power here. And the square root is on the same level as powers, because square root is really raising the number to the 1/2 power. So that's on the same level as exponents. Okay. So what do we do first, Vanessa?
We would do, according to PEMDAS, parentheses first.
That's right. You do parentheses first, and you have 2 sets. So your first step is parentheses.
Yeah.
Okay, and you have 2 sets of parentheses, right? And let's just put them here. You have 4. Where's that noise coming from?
It is on 2 apparatus.
Where's the noise coming from?
Ask Maureen to log out from one of her things. She's on
What?
both.
What?
Maureen is logged into 2
Maureen, you have 2. Maureen,
Yeah,
You
I
on
see.
your
Divide
pad
some.
and on your phone?
I'm trying to leave.
Well, what you need to shut one off because this,
Thank
okay,
you.
all right, yeah, okay. So you have, Vanessa said, do the parentheses first. So you have 4 plus 2 is equal to what? 6? No, 6. 6. Very good. Okay, what's the other parentheses? You have 2 of them.
So the other one is 3 minus 1.
That's right. 3 minus 1, and that's equal to 2.
2.
Now, so you do both of your parentheses. You did the 4 plus 2, and you did the 3 minus 1. Now let's just substitute what we got for those parentheses. Okay, copy this over.
Mhm.
And let's just put 4 plus 2, we got a 6, right? So let's just put a 6 there. Right, 6 to the second. And the 3 minus 1, we got a 2. Stick that. And what do we do next, Vanessa? What would be our-
Because it's exponents power.
Okay, so we do our exponents. And we see we have that exponents 2 places, right? Now,
Yes.
so I'll put here exponents. And let me just say note.
Hey, Miss
Square.
Byron. I have to go pick up my daughter at school.
Okay, Chastity. I'll
So
be
I'll see you at 4,
okay, 4:30.
4:30. Okay.
Yeah, I'll this session will be emailed to you and it will be also on YouTube.
All right. So the one at
Okay.
4 o'clock also, right?
The 4:30 will also be the session will be emailed to you and also recorded for
All right.
YouTube.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
See you later.
All
Bye-bye.
right. Bye-bye. Now, so the note square root is on the same level as exponents. Okay, so square root is raising a number to the 1/2 power. Okay, so Vanessa said we do the exponents next. So let's just do the exponents and the powers. So I'll just copy that. And we'll put what the value of those exponents are. So let's just put that here. Now, the square root of 25 is what?
5.
5. So let me just, okay. So what we will do is apply our exponents and do the square root all at the same time. So this is going to be a 5. Square root of 25 is a 5. And Vanessa, what's the 6 square?
6 squared, 6, 36.
36. So now we got 6 times 6 is 36. All right. Okay. And this minus, let me just copy this after that and then do the other power. Okay. Now this power 2 to the 3rd is what, Vanessa?
2 to the 3rd.
2 times 2 times 2 times 2.
It's 8.
That's right. Very good. So that's 8. So now we did our square root. We did our exponent, 6 to the 2nd. We did our 2 to the 3rd, and we got 8. Now, what do we do next, Maureen? You're on mute. Maureen, you're on mute. What do you do next? Maureen? Well, you kind of faint. Okay, now I can hear you. Maureen, we are right at this point. We've applied our we did our exponent, we did our square root, which is on the same level as the exponent. Square root of 25 is 5. 6 to the second power, Vanessa says 36. 2 to the third power is 8. So we've applied our exponents. What do we do next?
Division.
Well, now you're doing it from left to right. So what do you do next?
Multiply.
Yes, it's from left to right. Remember your multiplication and your division are on the same level, left to right, and your addition subtraction on the same level, left to right. So you don't have to go to the division. You could just do your multiplication, right? So let's just say you're doing multiplication. And the multiplication here would be what? 5 times 36, which is equal to what? 180. Right? Okay.
Yeah.
So we did a multiplication. Let's just put that. Let's put our 180. Let me copy this and put our 180 in there. Okay. Okay. So we multiply the 5 times 36, we got 180. So let's just put 180. Okay, Maureen, what do you do next?
Right.
Okay, they divide.
Yeah, divide 18 by 3, right?
This is 6.
Okay. 18 divided by 3 is 6. Okay. So let's put number 4. Division. And that's 18. And I'll just put here 3. I use the 3 instead of the other symbol for the division. Okay, which is 6. All right. Now let's just copy that. Okay, so 18 divided by 3 is 6. So let's just put the 6 here. And Maureen, what do I do next? What's the next step? Maureen?
The divide, we add.
No, you've got a multiplication here. So you've got to multiply.
6 by 2.
That's right. Very good. You got to multiply. Okay, multiplication. And the multiplication would be 6 times 2 equal 12. Okay.
You got number 6, but it's number 5.
Yeah, I know. Because it's numbering automatically, and I have to take that off. Okay, so we've got 12. Now let's just copy this and put our 12 in. Okay, so that's minus 12. So what's the answer, Maureen? What do I do next?
Okay. You subtract.
Yeah, subtract. Okay. Okay. Subtract. And the subtract would be 180
Okay.
minus 12. And what's that equal to, Maureen? What's 180 minus 12?
180 minus 12.
Yep. What's one? What is it?
120 minus 12.
180 minus 12.
170.
No. 180 minus 10 is 170. And then minus 2 is what? 168?
168.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then your last step would be what? Add.
Uh,
And then what you're going to do is add 168
Yeah.
plus 8. And that's going to give you 176. And that's your answer.
uh-huh.
Answer 176.
80
Okay. Any questions on that problem?
with that. Oh,
Okay. Now, just remember when you're doing the PEMDAS that your multiplication division really is on the same level from left to right. And your addition and subtraction is on the same level from left to right. Okay. Now, there are some more problems, and they will be your homework for Thursday.
mm,
All right.
I don't
So-
sure if I'm gonna be here Thursday because I got at 1:30 a pipe from the doctor downtown.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, we will record it, Maureen, and it will be on YouTube, so you can look at it there.
Mhm.
Okay, so that was number, let's see what we have. We have number, okay, number 6. Well, let's do number 6, and then you'll have 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So let's do number 6. That's the next problem. This is really 6, and it's saying 2, but it's really 8. This is 8. So your homework is going to be 8. I think it's 9, 10, 11. Let's see, 8, 9. It should be 9. And 10 and 11. Okay. So we'll do 6, and then your homework will be 9, well, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12.
Well, if you do 6, you hold it 7. You got 7 in it.
Yeah, we have, well, let's see. Yes.
If you do 6 now, you start
Yeah.
from 9.
Yeah.
That's 8.
Yeah. There
Right.
we have
You got 6, but you ain't got 7.
7 is, let's see, 25. Let's see where's 7. Okay, that should be 7. I numbered it wrong. It's not 12, it's 11. Okay,
Oh.
so that's 7.
Time.
And that would be, the next one would be 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay,
Okay.
so
uh-huh.
we'll finish this up with number 6, and then your homeworkers will be 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so here we are at number 6. Okay, I don't want you to, okay. Number 6. Now, you have division, you have multiplication, you have addition, and you have exponent.
Mhm.
Okay, Maureen, what do you do first?
We do the parentheses first.
Okay, so you do parentheses first. So
Mhm.
number 1 is parentheses. And in parentheses, you have 4 times 5 equal 20. Okay, so let's copy this and then put what we have in parentheses. Okay. Okay, so we have here 20, right? So let's put out 20 here.
Mhm.
Then Maureen, what do we do next? Number 2,
The exponents.
exponent. Very good. Okay, so the next step is exponent. So that's exponent. And our exponent is 3 to the
I'm
second.
stepping away from the computer for 2 minutes.
Okay. All right. So our exponent is 3 to the second. So let's just copy that. So Maureen, what is 3 to the second? What's 3 to the second equal to?
9.
Yes, 9. That's correct. Okay. All right. So 3 to the second equal 9. 3 times 3. Okay. Now what will be, okay, let's just put that in then. Let's just copy this and put our 9 in. And then we'll do our next step. Okay, so now that's plus 9. Okay, Maureen, what's the next step? Third step. What do we do? The third step.
I'm back.
Multiply.
There's no multiplication there. I'm right
I'm
here.
back.
Divide.
Divide, that's right. So your third step is going to be division. And what are you dividing?
58 by 20.
That's right. 58 divided by 20. That's what you're dividing. And what's 58 divided by 20? You got a calculator?
58.
58 divided by 20.
2.9.
Okay, 58 divided by 20 equals 2.9. Okay, so let's just substitute that in. 2.9 for the 58 divided by 20. So that would be 2.9. And then the next step would be what?
You add.
Add, that's right. So the next step would be to add 2.9 to 9. Okay, so that would be addition. And 2.9 plus 9.
2 plus 9.
And so
2.9.
so your answer would be what?
11.9.
That's right. Answer 11.9. That's your answer. Okay. So that one had, okay. Okay, let's just go back up to it. That one had what did we do? Parenthesis, exponent, division, and then addition.
Good.
Okay. And the answer, we did the parenthesis, 4 times 5, 20. We did the exponent, 3 to the second, 3 times 3 is 9. Then we did the division, 58 divided by 20, 2.9. And then we added that 2.9 to the 9, which we got when we did the exponent. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Now, when I send you this, you'll have, okay, right here, this is
Mhm.
homework.
Mhm.
And homework is 7 through 7
11.
through 11. And that will be due by Thursday. Now you can email me this or text it, okay?
Okay.
We'll go over it, but I want you to try it. So
Okay.
you can email me answers by Thursday. So this is via email or text. How you doing on those the problems on the basic algebra review? Those 10 problems. How you doing on those, Maureen?
But I do like, I think I do like 3 more because I'm 6. I have no.
Oh, you did. Okay. Are you having any problems with anything?
But I had sent them to you. You had sent me to correct a fair amount.
Okay. All right. Okay. So now let's go to so that's your homework. Thursday. And of course, the other homework is those algebra review problems. Okay. Now let's go to worksheet number 13. All right. Let me just share my screen. Okay, new share. And we want to go to worksheet number 13. Here we go. Okay. Now, the first one, can everyone see math algebra worksheet number 13?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Maureen, you did some of these. Did you do this one correctly?
I did it wrong, but I think correctly.
Did you have the correct answer?
I got an answer, but I don't know if it's correct. I got B.
You got B?
Yeah.
Well, it's not B. Now, remember now you've got a ribbon,
Mhm.
56 centimeters long. Okay. We cut it in 2 pieces. One piece is 3 times longer than the other. Now,
Mhm.
let me go to a new share and go to the whiteboard. Okay. Okay. So imagine you got a ribbon here, right? This is your ribbon.
Mhm.
This is your ribbon. Okay. So this is the ribbon. And how many pieces are we cutting this ribbon in, Maureen?
3
How many pieces?
pieces.
How many, Vanessa?
I think it's 3, right?
Number 1 says a ribbon 56 centimeters long is cut in 2 pieces.
Or 2
2
pieces.
pieces, 2.
2 pieces. So this ribbon is 56. Okay, and this is centimeters, and we'll just say centimeters long. And it's cut into 2 pieces, right?
Uh-huh.
And one piece is 3 times longer than the other. One is 3 pieces, one is 3 times longer. So let's just say this is one piece here, and this was the one, this is, say, this is X, we'll say, and this is 3 times longer than X. So 3 times longer is a multiplication, 3X, right? Now, we could call this X and Y, right? This is X and this is Y. So Y is 3X, right?
Mhm.
Because that piece is 3 times longer than the other one. So what would your answer be, Vanessa? If the whole ribbon is from here to here is 56.
Mhm.
The sum of the X and Y is 56, but y is 3x. So what would be the answer? This is
3 times longer.
x plus y is
Uh,
equal to 56.
Oh, the answer is A.
That's right, Maureen. The answer is A. X plus y is 56, but y is 3x because it's 3 times longer. So x plus 3x equal 56.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mhm.
So we said one piece is 3 times longer than the other, and the sum of the two pieces is 56. So x plus 3x is 56, and the sum of x and y is 56. So the correct answer would be A. Number one clear now that you when you can,
Okay.
yeah, if you can visualize it. Yes, Vanessa.
Let's see.
Good question.
One moment.
If you can do a picture of it, it makes it clearer. If you draw a picture of the ribbon, divide it into two pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Let one piece be X, the shorter piece. The longer piece is 3 times longer than the shorter piece. And if I call one piece X and one Y, X is one piece, and 3 times X, the longer piece, is the Y piece. So if I add those up, I get 56. So which system of equations could be used to find the length of the shorter piece? X plus y is 56, and 3x equal y.
Okay.
Questions?
Yeah.
That clear, Maureen?
Yeah.
You see why it wasn't, you said B, right?
Mhm.
B says 3 times one piece is 56, but that's not true. The whole length of the ribbon is 56, okay?
Mhm.
All right, let's go to back to our worksheet 13. All right, now let's go to the second problem on the worksheet. Now, the second problem, what you do is add up the like terms,
Mhm.
right?
Uh-huh.
Say which expression is equivalent. So you add up all your A's, add up your B's, and add up your C's. What do you get,
Yeah.
Maureen?
Okay, I'm gonna get 8.
You got one?
I get 8A.
Okay, you added 5A plus 3A, and you got 8A, and that is correct. What else did you do?
I do 2B and 2B, which is like 0, right?
Well, you had a 2B minus 2B, you had a plus 2B and a minus 2B, and that's equal to 0. That is
Yeah.
correct. And what about the C?
I say, okay, it's like actually the same thing.
So
So
what do you put for the C?
I put 6.
6C, and what? What's the other C?
0.
No. Isn't there a C right here?
Yeah.
So C, 6C minus, and that's really a 1C, right?
Uh,
You don't have to put a 1 when it's there. And a 6C minus 1C is what?
5C.
What is it?
5C.
5C. Maureen, you see that?
yeah.
So what do you have left? You have 8A, 2B,
Plus.
2B minus 2B is 0. So you'll have 8A,
Plus
8A, okay, plus, that's right. Plus what, Maureen?
IC
5C, that's correct. So your answer is what?
D.
Answer is D. Let's combine the like terms. All of your A terms, 5A plus 3A is 8A. B terms, 2B minus 2B is 0. C terms, minus C plus 6C or 6C minus 1C is 5C. And so you have 8A, 5C. So 8A plus 5C, answer D. Any questions on combining like terms?
No, Miss Brown.
Okay, so let's go to number 3. Okay. All right, number 3, we have a group of adults and children riding a Ferris wheel, and they give you total number of tickets collected is 28. In other words, number of child's tickets plus number of adult tickets is 28. The child tickets cost $3. The adult tickets cost $5. That's $3 each. Adult tickets, $5 each. Total money collected for all the tickets is $118. You want to know which system of equation would be used to find the number of child tickets and the number of adult tickets. And they gave you the variables they're using, right?
Yeah.
X, let's just put this here. X was what?
That's just for the children.
X equal child's ticket. Okay. And then let's stay consistent, the little X. And then Y
The adults.
equal adults. Ticket. Now, they told you how many tickets they sold, right? How many tickets were sold?
118.
Total number of tickets collected is 28. No, no.
28.
The
28.
number of tickets collected was
Collected is
28,
28.
right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
so they gave you 28 as the number 20. Okay, total
28.
number of tickets.
Collect.
Okay, equal 28. That's how many they sold. Okay. Now, the money collected, total money collected, total amount.
118.
That's right, collected equal $118, right? And what did the child's tickets cost? $3.
Mhm.
Okay, so we have $3 equal cost of child's ticket. And the adult ticket was what, $5? So we have $5 equal cost of adults tickets. So this is everything they gave us in the problem. So now the number of child's tickets plus the number of adult tickets is going to be equal to that 28, right? So that
Yeah.
means X plus Y equal 28. Okay. So we know that the X plus Y. Now, how do we get that 118, Maureen? How do we get the 118? The total amount corrected. How do we get that?
How you get it?
Yes.
And multiplying it, the children's cost and the adults cost? Sure.
How do you get, Vanessa, how do you get this $118? This amount collected, how do you get that?
Wasn't it the amount that was spent?
Yeah, but how would you calculate that? You know the X, the child's tickets, and you know Y, the adult tickets. So if you want to find how much you made from the child's tickets, what would you do?
Do you have to divide?
No,
You multiply 3 by 28.
no. You'd multiply $3 by X. The cost of one child tickets times the number of tickets sold for the children would be $3
Yeah.
times X, 3X, right? So
For the,
the $3, that's the cost of the child's ticket. So 3 multiplied by X would be amount collected for children tickets, right?
they 5Y.
Yeah, and then
5Y.
5, that's right, because Y is the adult ticket. So 5Y, that's right, Maureen, because the adult tickets cost $5. So 5Y would be equal to the amount collected for the adults. Adults tickets. Okay, so now the total you made, the total amount you collected would be the sum of the 3X plus 3Y. So 3X plus 5Y would be equal to the total amount collected. Now, so which set of equations would you use for define the number of tickets collected? We know that the number of children's tickets plus number of adult tickets, 28. We know the total amount of collected is 3X plus 5Y. Which one of those expressions show you both this? Underline that. Oh, sorry.
D.
So Control U. Which one shows this and this? What do you say, Maureen?
D.
Yep, that's the answer. See, once you break it down to using what they gave you, then only one answer there can you use to find the number of children's tickets, the number of adult tickets. That would be the one that says the total of tickets sold and the total amount collected. And this is X plus Y is 28, which is really total number of tickets collected. Total number of tickets, and that equates to the total amount, which is $118. So your answer would be D. I'll just put it, okay, I'll put it here. So answer D. Okay. Any questions on that problem?
Mhm.
Now for word problems, you should look at what is given and what you are to find. So you break it down to what is given by what they gave you, like just like we did it here. Total number of tickets collected is 28. Cost of the child tickets, cost of the adult tickets. Total amount of money collected is 118. The child's tickets we call X, the adult tickets we call Y, and you know the cost of the tickets. So the amount you make from the child's tickets is going to be $3 times X, the number of tickets that's sold for the children. And the adult tickets is going to be $5 times Y, the amount of tickets for the adults times the number of tickets sold. Okay. Any questions on number 3?
No.
That was the setup problem. They didn't ask you to find what the tickets cost. I mean, they didn't ask you to find the number of children tickets sold, the number of adult tickets. They want you to set up the equations where you can calculate that. All right.
Mhm.
Okay, let's go to number 4. Nessa, how do you think you'd solve number 4? If you buy something at a discount and you know what it costs before the discount and you know what it costs after the discount, how would you set up to find the rate?
Okay. Fine before the discount. Fine after the discount.
It's just think about something that costs you a certain amount. You got it at a discount for a certain amount. How could you calculate the rate of your discount? Do you know, Maureen? What is your discount price equal to?
$9.
It's $900, right?
Yes.
Discount price is $900. Now, if you had to put this in words, discount price, what discount price would be equal to?
$9 equal to 12.
No, let's just put it in words. The discount price is going to be what the original, we'll say original price
It'll be 1200.
this is going to be original price minus what?
The discount.
Minus discount price.
No, this is discount price here. Original price minus what? The original price times the discount rate. That's what the discount price is. You take the original price, you multiply that by the discount rate and subtract that from the original price. That's what the discount price is. Now, let's substitute. We put the words in, right? In other words, if something is 5%, you take 5% of the original price, subtract it from the original price, and that would give you the discount price. So when we substitute, what is the discount price here?
$900.
$900. That's right, $900 equal, what's the original price?
1,200.
1,200 and minus, and that's another 1,200. And that would be times the discount rate, D. All right. Now, which one of those equations has 900 equal 1,200 minus 1,200 times D? Which one, Vanessa?
It has 900 equal 1,200.
Minus 1,200 times D, the discount rate.
The only one that has that. Oh, D, the disc.
A, B, C, or D?
It'll be A.
That's it. Very good. Okay. It would be A. Because A has 1,200 minus 1,200, because 1,200 times D is really 1,200 D. Remember you said the other day, side by side multiplication. So original minus original times the discount rate is equal to the discount price. All right. So answer A. Just remember, whenever you get something on sale, you subtract whatever it is originally times a rate, could be 10%, 20%. Subtract that from your original price, and that's your discount price.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
Any questions? So we like getting things on sale, right? And sometimes they will give you the well, most times they give you the rate, like, you know, Macy's or Target or something will say 25% off the original price. And if they didn't give you the original price, you could find it, because if you know what your discount price is and you know what your rate is, you could find the original price. Okay. You just plug in what they gave you as a discount price, plug in what they gave you as the rate, and then solve for the original price. Okay, let's go to number 5. Now, number 5 is an equation, and you just solve for one of the variables that's within the equation. And that variable is mass. So let's put the equation, and you tell me, how do you solve for M? Here is the equation. Energy equal mass times the speed squared. Let's put that here. Vanessa, how would you solve for M? What would you do here to solve for M? You want to solve for M. How would you solve for M?
M is multiply.
Well, M is multiply, but you have to do the opposite to find M. So that would be what? What's the opposite of multiplication?
Division.
That's right. So what would you divide by?
And only divide both sides by
By
M.
No, you want M left.
Oh, you divide both sides by C to the second.
That's right.
to the
C to
second
the
power.
second power. Yes. Divide both sides by C to the second power. So let's just put it. Divide both sides of the equation by c to the second. Okay, so let's just do that. Just copy this over and divide both sides by c to the second. So let's just put on the line here, on the line here. Put the c square here. Okay. And put the c square here. And what do we have left? What
Okay.
do we have on the left side?
Our left side, we have
This shouldn't be equal there,
so we have E
right?
equal C. No,
No,
E plus. E
No.
plus, right?
no, e. No, this is saying e divided by c squared.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we copy this. Now remember, you divide both sides by c to the second power. So this is e divided by c squared. What do you have on the right side, Vanessa?
Just have M.
That's it. You just have m, because m times c to the second divided by c to the second, you just have m. So the c square comes out because c square over c square is just 1, right? So this comes out and you don't need to underline here. So this would just be m. So which one of these says m equals e divided by c to the second power?
C.
C, that's right. So answer C. C says M equals E, and there we use the slash. And if you use the dash, it's the same thing for division. M equals E divided by C squared. So it's this one. Answer C. Questions? Let me just give you another one. Now, what is density equal to? Anybody remember? Density is what? Mass divided by volume, right? Now, let's just put this as D equal M, and I'll do it this way. M over V. Okay. Now, if density is equal to mass over volume, what is mass equal to? Maureen? D equal M over V.
So the mass is equal to the weight.
No, solve this for M. Maureen, you were about to say what it is?
I was say M is density, or let's call it. I don't know.
What? Solve for M. How would you solve this for M?
So therefore you have to do the opposite. No.
Yeah, it's a division, right?
Yeah.
So what would you do to this equation just to get M left?
So you have to multiply.
That's right. What would you multiply by, Vanessa?
Um,
Oh, I know about the V. By the V?
Yeah, by the V. Multiply both sides by V. And if you do that, what do you get? What is M equal to? What is M equal to if you multiply both sides by V? Bring it.
okay, multiply both side by V.
Yeah, so what do you have left?
Both side by V.
M would be equal to what?
D?
What would it be, Maureen?
D?
Oh,
See, the left side would be dV.
Hmm.
You multiply both sides by V, right? And on the right side, it'll just be M. I'm switching and I put the M on the left. So if you multiply by V, the right side, you just get M. And then V times D times V would just be D times V. So mass is density times the volume.
No.
So what we just did, the other problem is similar to this one. You do the opposite operation to get what you're looking for. Like here, we're looking for M. So M is being divided by V. So that means we multiply by V. And V over V is 1. And V times D is V times D, or D times V, either order. So mass equal density times volume.
Okay.
Got it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so remember now, you can take any equation and solve for either of the unknowns. Just remember whatever operations being done with that unknown, you've got to do the opposite. So if it's multiplying, you're going to divide. If it's dividing, you're going to multiply.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's look at the next problem. Okay. Do you remember what at most means when you say something at most? I think I gave you a list one time of these.
I know it. I know it is, but I can't tell you. And most
And as you remember, at most something, what does that translate to? Less than or equal, greater than or equal?
is less than equals.
What is it, Maureen?
I think it's less than equal.
Less than
Than
or
equal.
equal.
Or
So
equal.
yeah, when you say something is at most
Mhm.
45 centimeters, that means it can't be, if it's at most, it's at its highest value. So then it's got to be less than or equal, right?
Uh-huh.
At most means it can't be higher than that number. So then it has to be less than or equal. So what is the answer?
D.
D. That's right. Answer is D. Yes, I gave you a list of terms and how they translate, but this one you can look at it and say, well, at most, that means it can't be higher than 45. So if it can't be higher than 45, then it's got to be less than or equal to 45. That's answer D. Okay, let's go to number 7. Okay. Now, this is an equation that we need to put in the format of our slope in this intercept, right? Y equal mx
Plus B.
That's right, Maureen, plus B. So we want to
That's
get,
all I can remember, but I can get figured.
yeah, but you got it right. Y equal, that's a slope intercept formula. So we
Yeah,
want
but
to
then-
take, yeah, but Maureen, we want to take this equation and get it in that
Yeah.
format. So what do we have to do?
That's the part that I can figure out.
Vanessa, do you know what you have to do? Vanessa, you on mute.
Yes, Miss Barbara.
Okay, so we want to take this equation because if it's parallel, that means the slopes are equal. So we want to take this equation and find what the slope is. Now the slope is the m, okay? That's the coefficient of the x. So m equals slope. All right.
Yes.
Now, but we said y equal mx plus b. We have a 3y. We want to get x on the right and we want to have just y left. So what will we do first, Vanessa? We want to get the x expression on the right side. What will we do?
What you do on the right? Okay, you decide to subtract on both sides.
That's right. Subtract what?
2x.
That's it. Excellent. Subtract 2x from both sides. That's your first step. Maureen, you following?
Yeah.
Because we want to get that x over here because we have mx on the right, right? So let's just take this, and Vanessa says subtract because it's being added. So we're doing the opposite of addition, which is subtraction. So let's just put that there and put the minus 2x on both sides. Subtract from both sides. Minus 2x, and here we'd have and I'll put the minus 2x here, minus 2x. The reason I'm putting it first is because the mx is first, right? Okay, so what do I have on the left side, Maureen? After I do that subtraction, what's left? What's left, Maureen?
Okay.
What's left on the left side? 3y plus 2x minus 2x.
Minus 2x. Yeah.
Yes, what's left on the left side?
2x.
What's a 2 plus 2x and a minus 2x, Maureen?
Plus 2 and minus 2x is a minus 2.
No. Same expression plus minus gives you 0.
Oh, 0.
Right? Of 2x
yeah.
plus 2x minus 2x, 0.
Yeah.
So you'd have
0.
left just 3y. Okay. 3y equal, let's put minus 2x plus 6. That's it. So on the right side, we have minus 2x plus 6. Now, I want just y. So what do I have to do to just get y?
Let me see.
You divide?
Divide. That's right. What do I divide by, Vanessa?
You divide y on both sides, 3y.
I divide by what?
3y.
No, I want just y left. So it would just be the coefficient. I divide by
by
what?
6.
No, we on the
By 2.
left side. No, we on the left side. And we want just y. So we divide by what, Vanessa?
Divide 3y.
3y over 3y is 1. So we divide by 3.
Oh, by 3.
That's right, because we want just y left. So we divide both sides.
By 3.
Right. By 3. Okay, because remember we want just y left, so it would look like y equal mx plus b, but y is connected to 3 by multiplication, so we do division. So if we divide both sides by 3, let's just take this. All right. Okay. Okay, so we're going to divide both sides by 3. So let's put our 3 division on both sides. underline this, we divide everything on the right by 3. So this would be 3. And over here would be 3. So Vanessa, what do I have left on the left side?
You have Y.
That's it. Very good. I just have Y. Let me just bring that up a little. Okay. So on the left side, 3Y divided by 3 would just be Y. So that would be Y equal. Now, minus 2x divided by 3 would just be minus 2. This is over 3. And that would just be x. So it would just be minus 2/3 x. So we see what our m would be, right? What's 6 divided by 3?
6, 2.
2, that's right. So that'd be plus 2. All right. Now, what is our m, Vanessa? What is the m? M is the coefficient of x. What is that?
Also, M is negative 2/3.
That's it. Excellent. Okay. So m is the slope, and m equal slope equal negative 2/3. Okay. This is our little m from our slope intercept. So let's go back up here. We see our slope is a minus 2/3. Let's go ahead, look at our choices.
That is 2 that I did right and met them wrong.
What
Right.
happened? What's
As
the
I had-
answer?
I had 7 and 5 right, but then I changed it because I had doubt myself. So that's a problem. That's happened all the time.
Maureen, what's the answer? A, B, C, or D?
Eh,
A, because A is a minus
Yes.
2/3, right? You had it, why do you change it?
eh.
You always do that. Don't
And
doubt.
I have 5, but I changed it too. Because I can say this is Einstein. But that's a good.
Answer A. Okay, answer A. Okay, so when you see something like this, you want to get it in the y equal mx plus b formula. So what you end up is the coefficient of the x, and that's the slope, minus 2/3.
But I didn't do 8 because I couldn't even figure out 8. Because see,
No,
some of
Vanessa,
6
did you figure out 8? 8 is factoring. 8 is a factoring problem. Vanessa, could you figure out 8? You can do 8. Let's see. What is the sum of 6/7 and 2 times 63? Okay, let's just copy this.
I was figuring out 2 and 63, but I can figure out 7 and 6.
Okay. Now it says what is the sum, right? That means you're adding, right?
Adding, yes.
So you're saying
therefore,
6, 7, that's plus. Okay. Now, when you see something like this and you want to add it, you think of, well, what can I get? Where can I get a square root of 7 and a square root of 7? So then I could add. Now, 63, what are the factors of 63?
9 and 7.
That's it. Factors of 63 are 9 and 7. That means the factors of a square root of 63. Let's just put this here. The factors of square root of 63 or square root of 9. Let me just put this here. Or square root of 9 and square root of 7. And square root of 7. So we can take that square root of 63 and break it down to square root of 9 and square root of 7. That
Yeah.
means, you're following? So that
Yeah.
means we could take this expression, and for square root of 63, we want to put square root of 9 and square root of 7. So let's just put that here. And the square root of 63 would be square root of 9 and let's just put square root of 9 and square root of 7. So let's just, okay. Now you can see your answer, right? So the square root of 63 is the square root of 9 and the square root of 7. Remember, you can break your radicals into factors just like you can do your numbers. So what's the square root of 9?
3.
3. Okay, so let's just copy this and put out a 3 there. So the square root of 9 is 3. So let's just put, okay, times 3. That's the square root of 9. All right. Now, 2 times 3 is what?
6.
2 times 3 is 6. Okay. So we're going to multiply that out. And this becomes 6 times square root of 7 and 6. 2 times 3 is 6. So that's 6. Now we have the coefficient of 6 times square root of 7 and 6 times square root. So if the radicals are the same, then we can add the coefficients. So what's 6 times square root of 7 plus 6 times square root of 7, Maureen? What's that equal to?
Okay, the square root of 6.
Add the coefficients. See, there's a 6 in front of the square root of 7. There's a 6 in front of the square root of 7.
But that's 12.
6 and 6 is 12.
That's right, 12. And what would that be? And this is square root of 7.
Oh, would be B.
That's right, would be B. That's
Oh
correct.
boy. It's so simple when you get explanation.
Just remember, okay, just remember you can factor square roots just like you can factor numbers.
Mm.
So you said right away, factor 63 are 9 and 7. That means you can take the square root of 63 and factor it into the square root of 9 and square root of 7. But square root of 9 has a perfect square root, 3, right? So 2 times 3 is 6. Now you can add them because they're both square root of 7. So just add up the coefficients, 6 plus 6, 12, answer B. Questions?
Mm-mm.
Well,
Suppose I get, let's see. Suppose I gave you square root. Okay, let's do this here. I want to give you another square root, see if you can figure it out. Okay. Now, suppose I had square root of 24. And I ask you to give me 2 square roots, one of which has a perfect square root. Factors of square root of 24, what would they be?
would it be
12.
Mm-mm.
No, one will have to have a perfect square root, Vanessa. What would those factors be?
One moment, just now.
In other words, what I'm asking you, let's put this.
No, it will be 4,
That's right. That's one of them. 4.
4 and 8.
No, they have to multiply to give you 24 now.
Okay, 4.
So
4
4
what
would
give
be
you? Four-
one of them.
4
That's
is
right.
6.
And 6. That's right. 4 and 6. And then when you take the square root of 4, you get a 2. So that would be equal to 2. And let's see. 2 times the square root of 6. So if you were adding the square root of 24 to something that had the square root of 6 in it, you would say square root of 4 times square root of 6 are factors of square root of 24. And square root of 4 has a perfect square root of 2. See, Maureen, you said 12 and 2, but neither of those have a perfect square root. And when you're looking for factors, you're looking for something that has a perfect square root for these type problems, okay? So that's why 12 and 2 would not work,
I
because
know,
they
yeah,
don't have perfect square
I
roots.
know that will continue to go on and go on and go on.
Okay, but just make sure, because you can factor regular numbers, just factor the square roots,
Oh,
and they just would be under radicals, right? So square root of 24, 2 factors, like you said, 12 and 2, but they also 4 and 6, and 4 has a perfect square root.
uh-huh.
All right.
Yippee.
Now we are going to stop here. Well, no, let's do number 9. Now, these are independent events. The cube and the coin. Now, a coin has 2 possibilities, right? A coin has heads and tails. So the probability of getting a head is what? Probability is equal to 1 over 2. In other words, possible over total. So heads and tails, you have 2, and you either get a head or a tail. Now, for a die has 6 parts, right? And they are like 1 through 6. So greater than 2, so for the cube, right? For greater than 2, for greater than 2, we have what? 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So for greater than 2, we have 3 possible. We have 3, 4, 5, and 6, which is 4. But the total is 6. A cube is 6 sides, right? So that means we have 4 over 6. So that probability, let's just put here, probability for the cube is possible over total, which will be 4 over 6, which is equal to 2 over 3. All right. So the coin, so whenever you have 2 independent events, and these are independent events, that means when you get ahead, the next thing that you get is not dependent upon what you got before. It's still 1 over 2. So when you have 2 events like this, you multiply to get the probability. So the probability for the two events would be the product of these two events. So it would be 1/2 times 2/3. What's that equal to? That's equal to 2/6. That's equal to 1/3.
That's 3.
So what's
Yeah.
the answer?
B.
Yeah, answer is B. So when you have two events, it's a multiplication. All right. So for the heads and tail probability, 1/2. For cube, for greater than 2, we have the size 3, 4, 5, and 6. So that's 4 over the total. And then when we multiply them, we have the probability that the number rolled is greater than 2 and the coin tossed his head. So when you have combined two events, you take the product of each one. That's the multiplication. 1/2 times 2/3, 1/3. Answer B. Now we'll continue with this on Thursday
I'm
along
gonna be
with.
here on Thursday, don't it? 'Cause I'm gonna be a
Okay.
doctor.
Okay. All right. So we have 10 and then we have
Let me,
through what's
let me answer a question. Like
okay.
when you say here, write an equation that model the situation, right? When I first do it, I multiply the 1295 by the by 0.525, right?
Mhm.
But then
Well, this is a okay. This one is y equal mx plus b problem.
again, oh God.
Again, yeah, this is a y equal mx plus b. This is y equal mx plus b.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So, okay. So here's the way you would do this one. Okay. The bill for the M minutes is 2120. That means the minutes is dependent upon the rate and the cost per minute. The cost per minute is the slope, right? So this then the way you translate here, the bill is 2120. So that would be $21.20 equal, and the slope is the 0.25. That's the rate of change. Okay, so that would be 0.25, and that would be times, that's a minute per call, so that would be times X. All right, and plus the monthly rate, and that's our $12.95. That's the equation. Y, the amount of the bill, is the minutes times the minutes per call rate plus this constant $12.95. So that's your equation. Now the minutes you solve, and that's what you should do. Take this equation and solve it for X. That would give you number 2.
Okay.
Okay. And what do you have to do to solve for X? Subtract $12.95 from both sides and divide that result by 0.25. So do that. Subtract the $12.95 from both sides, divide the result by 0.25, and you get the minutes you were charged. That's the second part. So I want you to do that. Remember what I said to do? Okay. Okay, let me just put it here. Okay. Okay, so to get the minutes, so first, okay. Okay. So I'll write down in words, subtract and let me go back up here to $12.95. You're using this equation right here, right? Subtract $12.95 from both sides. Okay. And then the second step, you divide the result by, and that's the coefficient of the x, and what was that, 0.25? Yeah. Divide the results by 0.25, and that would be your answer for the minutes. Divide the results by 0.25. Okay, and that would be your answer for the second part of that problem.
Okay.
Any questions? Maureen, had a question on any of the others? Before we
Okay,
get-
so you can send this one for me, right?
Oh, yes, this
Okay.
whole thing we went through, I'll send to you.
And one more, you're only going to tell me for one part. It's
Okay.
number 13, solve the following
Number
equality.
13, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to number 13. Number 13, okay, here's what you do for 13. You're gonna subtract the 20 from both sides, right?
Mhm.
Subtract 20 from
Both,
both sides. And what's that's gonna give you? It's gonna give you what? X, and 75 minus 20 is what, Maureen?
55.
That's it. You got it. So 55, that's your answer. That's it.
Oh,
That's
oh.
it. Subtract 20 from both sides, and you got X less than or equal 55.
Wow.
And this one, what do you do with this one?
Yes, I try.
That's sure. You have to put.
It's subtract 260 from both sides, right?
That's right. Subtract 260 from both sides. And that would give you what?
160.
No, 260 from both sides. That would give you 0 on the right side, and
Mhm.
it would give you 100 X on the left side. So what you'd have left is 100 X, and that would be greater than 100X greater than 0, because 260 minus 260 is 0. And then you divide both sides by 100. So then your answer would just be X greater than 0. That's your answer.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So once you subtract the 260, see on the right side you get 0. On the left side you get well, subtract 260 from both sides. So here you get 260 minus 260 is 0, and 260 minus 260 is 0, right? So 100X greater than 0, divide both sides by 100. 0 over 100 is 0. So your answer would be X greater than 0. That's your answer.
Okay.
Yeah. So when you have inequalities, you do those just like if they were equations.
Oh,
You
I
know,
see.
you solve them the same way. Like if you adding, you're going to subtract. If you multiplying, you're going to divide. If you're dividing, you're going to multiply. So you apply the same rules you did when you do equations, even though it's an inequality, same thing. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Any other thing you want to look at, Maureen?
No.
Okay, so we'll stop here and I'll send this session to you, and we will finish up probably this worksheet on Thursday, but our priority is going to be the PEMDAS and the algebra
Okay.
review problems that you had
Okay.
from Thursday. Okay.
Okay. Uh-huh.
Okay. So long, everybody.
Okay, so I see you Monday if God's spare life.
Okay. All right.
Thanks.
Okay, Ms. Barker, thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.